Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this really cool player poster. It doesn't really have to be a football player, but yeah, it can be a portrait of anyone. It could just be a poster of someone, a celebrity or anyone, or even someone in your family. It really doesn't matter. I don't know why I just started off with that, but yeah, we're going to be showing you how to do this poster, and I am doing it for a football player. So I'm just going to show you guys a really easy and cool way for you guys to be able to find pictures of your football players, really good photos like this one here. So yeah, let's get started. So let's just show you how I got on with Messi. So you just want to type in the person that you want your poster to be of, and then put portrait after it, portrait, and then just go to images, and as you can see, like, you got these face on pictures, and all really good pictures. And then you click on one you like, and then you can see it has dimensions here. If you click on that, then it will have all of the same picture, but and it will have the biggest one at the start. So you always get the biggest picture, and the biggest picture will always have the best quality. So yeah, you make sure that you download the biggest one, and yeah, that's basically how you get your pictures for people. I get asked that question a lot. Also, I did do the speed art of this poster, so that is the video before this one, so go check that out. If you enjoy it, leave a like. And if this tutorial gets 15 likes, I will do another tutorial on how to do the cyborg effects onto the person. So yeah, let's get into this tutorial. So what we're going to do is we're going to do file new, just start a new project. Our dimensions are going to be 1500 by 1000 pixels. And there you go. It doesn't really matter the dimensions, but those are the ones we're going to be using. And for the background, it's just going to be a regular plain black. So yeah, just a full black. And now I just want to get our picture in, just drag it in, and yeah. So this is the picture that we're going to be using. And if you find a picture with a transparent background, then that's good. You want to leave it like that. But if this picture doesn't, so I'm going to show you guys how to get a transparent background. So yeah, if you dragged it in like I did, then it will import it as a smart object, which you don't want. But if you go to File Open, then it won't import as a smart object. But to change it from a smart object, just right click on it, and then go to rasterize, and now it's not a smart object anymore, and now we can edit it. So we can move the background just by using our magic wand tool. Just click over here, click on the background, and then just press delete, and there we go. We have got rid of the background. If you see these white edges around the outsides, like you do here, while you have this selection going, so like once you clicked in the background and you have the selection around the background, you go to select, modify, expand, and make sure it's expand by 1 pixel, and you press OK, and then just press delete, and then you can see that there's a bit less of the white outline that was there before. Oh, okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, and if it is still a bit rough on the edges, like you can see here, the hair is a bit rough. You can just go over it with your eraser tool. Just make sure your eraser tool is really small, and make sure the softness, the hardness is on 0%, and then you can just go around the outside. Still, the brush has to be pretty small, just so you don't see. If the brush is too big, then you can tell that it's been edited. But if it's really small, then it's a bit harder to tell. And yeah, so you just want to go around it. It doesn't have to be on the hair. You can do this on all jagged parts, because we're all probably using different pictures. So as you can see, like, there is a little jagged here. So you just go over the edge, and yeah, you can make it smoother, and it'll look a lot better that way. And yeah, but I'm not too worried about this half of the body, because we're going to be covering that up. As you can see here, like, you can't even see it. So yeah, we're not really worried about that. So now you can see we've got these little. You might have these little dots left from the background. So you just use your eraser and get rid of that. And I might actually just go over this arm real quick. Let's just do that really quick. Okay, let's make it smoother. Okay, cool. So now we have that. We've got a nice smooth arm there, and it all looks pretty smooth. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure we got our player selected in the layers. Then we go to Image, Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast, and turn the brightness right down to -150, and change the brightness, the contrast right down as well. So make sure they're both on the lowest they can go, and just press OK. And you can see that the whole overall picture's got a lot darker, and that's what we want. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to make the image a bit bigger, because we want it to be focused on him and his face. So we're just going to make it the right size. Also, obviously, if you've got a big picture, then you can make it bigger. But if your picture isn't so big, then if you make it bigger, then it will pixelate. So just make sure that you don't want to make it too big, otherwise you will lose quality that way. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add this light in the background, so as you can see here. So to do that, just make a new layer just by clicking on that in the corner, and then make sure our foreground color is white. So just making sure it's a pure white. Then go to our brush tool, which is right here, and then just make sure it's really big, and then just click and just make a good light source, just like that. Yeah, it looks good. And then we can lower the opacity if we wanted to. I might just bring it in a bit more, make it a bit bigger. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so now we have that. We kind of want it to be a shadow on the side of the body. So to do that, we can just use our eraser tool and just go over the side of the body, make sure that the hardness of the brush is on 0%, and just click in the places that we want to get rid of. And there we go. It looks really cool. It adds a nice professional effect to it. And yeah, so now we've got that. It's looking pretty good. We're going to add some color correction. So we're going to start off by adding a hue and saturation, and then we're going to change the saturation all the way down so it's on -100%, or just -100, and then lower the opacity to about 48. Now we're going to add some curves. Just do a regular S curve, just like that, and then we can lower the opacity of that as well. And now we're going to duplicate that curve just by pressing Command and J, or Control J if you're on a PC, I mean, and then change the blending option to luminosity, and we can add a bit more of an S, just like that, and then we can lower the opacity even more. And now we want to lower the opacity of our light a bit more because it's kind of overwhelming, and we don't want that. And I think we're going to move our player a bit closer towards the light. Okay, that looks good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add one more color correction, which is black and white, which is found right here. By the way, if you don't have this adjustments tab, I probably should have explained this before, but if you don't have this adjustments right here, you just want to go to Window and Adjustments, and if you have it ticked but you can't find it, you just untick it just by clicking on it, and then just click it again, and then you should see it appear. And now on this black and white, we're going to change all of these to 0, and scroll down, change the magentas to 0 as well, and then we're going to lower the opacity of that as well. And that adds a really cool gloomy effect to it, and it lands up looking quite cool. And now we're going to add kind of like color enforcement on the shirt. You'll see what I mean. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, just want to make a new layer, make sure it's above the player. And now we're just going to make our foreground color the color that this would usually be without the color correction. So I know that the Argentina shirt would usually be a blue, so just find the blue that it would usually be, and then we want to use our brush tool just by clicking over here, or you can use B on your keyboard, and you're just going to go over the stripes just like that, and over here as well, and then we can do a little bit here as well, it doesn't really matter. And now we want to set that layer to overlay, and what that does is you can see it kind of bleeds over to the white a bit. It looks really cool and adds a nice effect. And if we wanted, we could also add a white, so just make a new layer, change our foreground color to white, and because I know this stripe here is white, then I'd make this all white as well. And yeah, so just do the same as we did before, press OK, set it to overlay, and then you might want to turn down the opacity a bit, and there we go. It kind of makes the jersey stand out, and you might want to put the white below the blue, just in case you wanted the blue to kind of have priority over the white, and it'll look cool like that. And yeah, so there we go. We added this cool effect to the shirt. And now what we're is we're going to add this texture to the background. And to do that, all you need to do is go to I've got this let me just close that. I've got this pack on my YouTube channel. You can go download it. It'll be in the description for you guys to download for free. It's got all these cool background textures in, and yeah, so just find one you like. I'm going to use the same one as I used in the example. So you want to click, just want to drag it in, make it a bit bigger. Okay, that's cool. Then we want to put it into the background, and we're just going to lower the opacity right down, and yeah, it looks really cool like that. And now we're going to change the we're going to make it black and white as well. So we're going to go to Image, Adjustments, and Hue and Saturation. Just change the saturation right down to -100, and yeah, now we have this really cool grunge in the background. And yeah, so I also like to duplicate the grunge and put it just up in front of the player on the layers, then right click and press create clipping mask, and then lower the opacity, and that adds a cool grunge effect to his to the player as well. And yeah, that looks really cool. And might want to move this over a bit just because I don't really like this white patch, and there's that white patch over there. Just gonna get rid of that. And yeah, we can also blur the background texture just by click on the background texture, then go to filter, blur, and then Gaussian blur. And you still don't want it too much, you still want to be able to see it, but you just kind of want to blur it a bit. And yeah, that looks really cool. Adds a bit of perspective as well. You can see that it's kind of distant, and you can see that the main focus is still on the player. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a white brush onto the side of our player, just so it just adds more of an effect to show that where the light source is having a effect on the picture. So you just want to use your brush tool, just go around on the side of his face and onto his body, using the brush tool on the white brush, and just set the layer blending option to overlay, and there we go. We have this really cool this light effect on the sides, and then we can just turn down the opacity. And yeah, it looks really cool like that. I recommend you guys doing that as well. And now we're going to add the name. So you can see here we've got the name, and so we can just using our type tool, just going to click and add Messi, because that is his name. And there we go. And because we have a grunge in the background, we can just set this to overlay. And yeah, if you can see that the grunge effect on the background goes over and carries on over to the text. And if we move this the text layer below the player layer, we can see it can actually go behind him, and that adds a cool effect as well. That's basically how you do a poster for a celebrity or anyone that you might want to be designing for. So if you enjoyed this tutorial and you found it helpful, leave a like, and don't forget to comment and subscribe as well. And yeah, so if like I said before, if this video gets 15 likes, I'll do that cyborg effect. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.